guys, Sandra here from Creating Spain. Today's project is a simple one of making a brickwork stamp. So I've actually cut this from black paper and just put it underneath a piece of cellophane, stuck it down, and I happen to have a frame of the right size, so I will put that on the top. Now the reason I am making this, and this other side is sticky, so I'll put that down there. The reason I'm making this is because I want to do a card which features a lot of brickwork, but it's a three-dimensional card. So it'd be rather awkward to use a paper because I haven't got a card that has that pattern on it. So it's going to be far easier for me just to use a stamp. So I'm going to put my gel in here on top of the cellophane. So I'm really making sure that this stamp has enough gel in it, because the last thing I want is to find that I've got a hole or a dip in the middle of my stamp. Now it's really bubbling at the moment because obviously it's come to the end of that particular fill in my bottle, but it isn't a problem. I'm just going to take a pin and I'll just burst the bubbles. These bubbles are going to be on the back of my stamp in any case. So unless I have really big bubbles there, like I have here at the moment, smaller bubbles are maybe going to be cosmetically displeasing, but they're not going to harm my actual stamp. At the end of the day, the stamp will still work fine. Right, so my second piece of cellophane goes over the top. Lay it down carefully. And then my second piece of glass goes over the top of that. Now I have excess gel in here, obviously, because it's squishing at the sides, which is going to make a bit of a mess. But I would rather have that than have the dip in the middle and have to completely redo the stamp. Mind you, I've never done it so much that I've got it oozing out the side, which I have here. Oops, slight overkill on the gel. I'm going to have to really clean my mat after doing this. And it's going to be great fun trying to get this out of the sandwich because that gel's going to literally stick it all together. And there's going to be a great deal of suction in that. So I better get my curing time exactly right, because I really don't want to have to do this again after wasting that amount of gel. So put this in my lamp and I'm going to do the base cure for 40 seconds. And 40 seconds for the other side. So hopefully I've got a cured stamp in here. We can but hope. As I said, the fun bit is probably going to be getting this plate apart because of the suction caused. So I need to find something quite sturdy to stick in here to pry it apart. No, I can't use that end. Maybe I can just put the scissors in there and just twist. Ah, there we go. Bit more prying part needed on that side. And there we have it. Yeah, I think that's done. So I need to peel this off, which is going to be great fun. Not. Actually, not too bad. A heck of a lot of wasted gel with that, as I said. I'd rather do that than have to make it twice. And peel off this, and hey presto, I have a perfect brickwork stamp. I need to go rinse this off, get rid of the excess gel. So I've literally just rinsed this off with warm soapy water, just dishwashing liquid, or washing up liquid as we call it in the UK. And I used a nail brush to go over it and just basically clear it out. Now, as you can see, I have a big chunk of the gel here. And if I take this piece of tape off, which is excess. I'm going to peel off this backing paper or cellophane. There we go. You can see I've got a big wad of gel. Don't throw that out because it can be quite handy. It's very good if you have an item that you want to keep stuck in one place but you don't want to use glue. So for example, if you have any fragile ornaments around the house that you want to keep in place, put a little bit of that underneath and then they won't move because it does happen to be quite sticky. But at the same time, it's not going to ruin anything. It's, yeah, I mean, it's tacky. If you have polymer stamps, you know what they can feel like, and this will stop things moving. I use a remnant of this underneath my bow maker, for example. I cut it to size and I use it under my bow maker to stop my bow maker from moving on the desk when I'm making bows. So if you have a piece like that, the flat pieces, just keep them. Put them between a couple of layers of plastic if you want to, but keep them. You'll find they do have uses. So I'm just going to wet this again by putting it in a dish of water, and then I'm going to put it back in the lamp for about 4 minutes till it's properly and completely and utterly cured. So I have trimmed my stamp down, put that in there, put it down on there. I was going to use a normal stamping tool and stamp it, so I inked it up and then I wiped the ink off because I know what I'm like with stamping. I am notoriously bad at stamping without a stamp position. So let's press that down. So I know there's one double brick in here because I broke the stencil before I got it under the lamp. I broke it getting it off of the mat. But there you go, you can see that we have a brick wall stamp, and that is exactly what I need for the design I want to do later on.